I started riding a motorcycle just about 2 years ago, and I certainly don't consider myself an expert, and I'm not an instructor by any means. But there's something that I just thought I just want to share, especially with the newer riders. At MSF, they taught you never to brake when the bike is in a lean, when the bike is leaning, and I understand why they say that, because you don't want to have any kind of abrupt braking. But after riding for about a year, I started to discover that if I applied a light brake tipping into a turn, it seemed like I had better traction, because I would actually load up my front tire a little bit more. And the reason I was doing that is because a lot of the places that I like to ride is on rural roads, and the problem with rural roads is just about every corner or intersection has sand or gravel in it, because there's a lot of agricultural vehicles and dump trucks and whatever else out there. And so I was finding that even on a sandy turn where traction was kind of minimal, if I would just shift a little bit of more weight to the front, I just felt like I had just better traction on my front wheel. And for the longest time, I would hear on videos or hear this term called trail braking, and I just kind of ignored that, because I just thought that had to do something with off-road application or something. But come to find out, it's not. It's something that I've been doing all along, be it on my mountain bike or even in cars. When I start into a turn, if I'm going faster than I want to be going, I would still apply the brake. And even with the bike partially leaned over, I use some braking. Now, the thing that you want to bear in mind is you want to be very gentle and very smooth with the brake, and smooth with the throttle. Because if you're in a corner and you're smooth, it's going to be a lot more stable for you. But I've seen videos where people were in a corner and panicked, and they either got on the brake, they chopped the throttle, or they snapped the throttle, and then that's all it took, because they were already lost a lot of their traction, and so of course they crashed. After about a year of riding, I started to discover that if I would just lightly apply the brake while dipping into a corner, and then go into the corner, and then as I come out of the corner, then I release the brake and go back onto the throttle. And see, what I've come up with was just the 2 fingers around the throttle and the 2 fingers on the brake. 2 fingers seems to stop the bike fine. 1 finger will stop the bike even in a panic brake, but I just use the 2 because it just kind of feels natural to me. And so I found that I would apply, as I dip into a corner, I apply the brake. And now this serves 2 purposes. For one thing, if there's anyone behind you, you're lightly on the brake and your brake light is on. So it tells the cars in back of you that you're slowing down or you're doing something. I mean, even if you don't have your turn signal on, which you should. But so I'll use this technique where I'll slowly lay on the brake and then go into the corner, and then as I come out of the corner, off the brake, and then on the throttle. Now, with some practice, you can get really, really smooth at it. The nice thing about covering the brake is I know that if I need to, I can stand the bike up in the corner and stop. If I come around a blind corner and all of a sudden there's an obstacle, the road's really nice when there's not a ton of traffic on it. It's my favorite time to ride when when the roads are clear like this. Now you see I'm on the brakes, leaning into the corner, slight easing off the brakes onto the throttle. And it was very, very smooth. Now this is a technique that works for me. And you know, the MSF instructors said don't brake in the corner, but you know, to me it just feels right. But watch the video that I post. It's I'll put the link in the description. It was kind of a little bit of an eye-opener for me. And here we go. I'm slightly into the brake, letting off the clutch, ease back on the throttle, and just very, very smooth turn. I hope it works for you. It just give it some thought and consideration. I mean, I am always learning, you know, and I learned a lot from watching YouTube, and I hope that this is something that you can learn, or at least open your eyes to it, especially if you're a new rider. If it makes your turns and your riding safer, you know, safer is a lot more fun. It's a lot, you know, a ride is much more enjoyable when you keep your tires stuck to the pavement and don't scratch up your bike. I love riding on holidays. I wish you all a happy Independence Day and a great rest of your summer. Stay safe out there.